Hello and welcome back to Urban Yoga Homestead. Benvenuti, bentornati. Io mi chiamo Giulia. My name is Giulia and I'm very excited to have you here as usual. So first of all, I want to start off by apologizing for not making Wednesday's update. I have been quite sick. I have chronic bronchitis and there was quite an intense flare-up, as I'm sure you can see. I'm still recovering. So yeah, I had to just spend what time I could catching up on my actual job and, not focusing on the video. But yes, I did want to get one out today. But before we go ahead on today's update, which has to do with the cats, my name is Giulia, as I said, and myself and my husband are living in South Africa. My husband is a South African citizen, as so am I, but I am also an Italian citizen, and I have a condition called Syringomyelia, which leads us to our whole journey. We are moving to Italy, so we're in the process of immigrating to Italy with our 6 beautiful cats. If you've seen any of our previous videos, you will have met the cats. I'll leave a link down in the description where you can go and meet all the cats and get to know them a little bit. So yes, so we have 6 cats and we're immigrating with them, and it has been an interesting story. In previous videos we spoke about how we were actually taking the cats over, and it changed over a few times. The one main change was the fact that we couldn't take them over on one airway bill, so we had to make an arrangement. And what happened there? So initially, we were going to fly over with 5 cats. Gigi was a later addition, our last cat. And so what happened was that we were going to fly over with the 5 cats on KLM, and everything was fine. We were hoping to get special permission for Gigi and to take them over on a commercial vet certificate instead of the private certificate, which only allows up to 5. So obviously on a commercial vet certificate you can take more than 5, and okay, so we thought it was fine, we're flying KLM, no problems. But then the pet travel agent, she got in contact with KLM, and they unfortunately had changed their regulations and were only taking up to 4 cats on one airway bill. So only 4 cats would be flying together in that situation, and we wanted to make sure that that all 6 cats were flying together, no problem. So yeah, it was a bit of a thing, but our travel agency that we're using, Global Paws, and our agent has been absolutely fantastic in helping us find a solution. We haven't got absolute details on the solution yet, but we should shortly. So after being informed that KLM won't be able to do this, she went ahead and found other airlines. Lufthansa came forward and they're able to help with getting the cats to Germany, but unable to bring them to Italy. So I guess at the end of it would be last resort to get them to Germany, because obviously driving from Italy to Germany to go pick them up and then bring them there, that has its own hassles, crossing the border and whatnot, and we would much rather do the door-to-door service that we had agreed upon, because we trust in their professional capabilities. So she went ahead and spoke to Emirates and Qatar and is busy getting us quotes from that perspective. It seems that Emirates has quite a good standing in the pet travel community, and though they are considered a little bit more expensive, they are considered the most reliable at this stage, at least. So we're busy waiting for that. We're busy waiting for them to come back to us and let us know if the cats will be flying with Emirates, or they're going Qatar, or do they go Lufthansa and I have to pick them up in Germany. We're not entirely sure yet. But I'm hoping that Emirates will be able to take them and give us the door-to-door service. If Emirates takes them, there's a good chance that they can fly directly to Milan, which is only about an hour and a half drive from our new apartment, which we did get an apartment, by the way, in Italy. If you want to see any of those videos, just go check out the previous videos. But that would obviously be the best thing. They would be flying to Dubai first and then to Italy, which is a little concerning to me, but if they're being handled well and, you know, they've got a good reputation, I'd much rather go for a place that has good reputation than anything else. But on that note, so we don't know if they're flying there. The other options will have the cats flying to Venice, and Venice is about a 4-hour drive from our place, and, you know, I'd like to limit the amount of driving, because obviously they're going on, regardless of what happens, they're probably or most likely going to be going on 2 different airplanes, and I'd like to limit the driving. Sorry. Yeah, so that's basically where we're sitting at with the cats. I'm waiting to hear from her. I'll probably hear from her in the next week. We haven't gotten the rabies titer test, so for those of you who don't know, you need to do a rabies titer test on all of your animals that you're taking, your domestic animals that you're taking with, and they have to come up, you know, with a positive result. That is, they don't have rabies, which I'm fairly certain that our cats don't. But we were expecting that in this week, and it didn't come through. So Monday morning, I'm going to phone the vet and see if the rest came through, because we really need to get that going so I can get a date when to fly. Once you get the results of the rabies titer test, you still have to wait 90 days before the cats can fly. And I only want to fly around the same time that they do, so I'm in the apartment when they get there. So we know now that we're just waiting to hear which airline can take them and how that's going to work out. As soon as I know, I will give you guys an update on how that is going to transpire. Now that we're on the commercial vet certificate, though, there is one sort of caveat that we're not very comfortable with, but we do understand, and that's the cats have to go into quarantine for 2 to 3 days prior to flying. But it is at the facility with the pet agency and the pet agent that pet travel agent that I have been in contact with, and I'm feeling quite confident in her skills and in their ability. The company's been in business for over 30 years, and as far as I know, they have never lost a pet, and all the reviews online and people in person have just spoken completely, just amazingly in their favor. So yeah, not something we're particularly happy with, but they will have to do that, and I'm seeing if I can fly while they're in those quarantine days so that I'm at the apartment, and when they get there, they're back to something familiar at the very least. So that's our little update with the cats. You know, where are they going, Venice or Milan? But yeah, either way, they're going to get to Italy, even if it's the last route where, you know, they're flown to Germany and I have to go pick them up there with a van or something. I'll do that. Whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. They're part of this family, and that's all that matters. So yeah, that's our update with the cats. Where are they landing, and how are they getting to their final destination? Hopefully we'll know in the next week or so, and once I know, I'll let you know. So, you'll see me in the next video with the next update. Alla prossima! Ciao!